the front ahead in the race. Now, ideally, they should call Oscar Piastri in, give him the preferential treatment when it comes to strategy. But because they were trying to protect their 1-2 and they're trying to protect Norris from Hamilton, they called Norris in first. And then let Norris know we are trying to protect you from Hamilton. If for any reason we need to change back to status quo after we change your tires, please play the team game. That's how Norris did not say anything. He was just like, oh, he came in, they changed his tires, they now changed Oscar Piastri tires. It turns out that the undercut was so powerful that Norris is now ahead in the race for Piastri now second. That's how the team decided to tell him. Norris, remember what we agreed on Sunday. You have to give the sport value of Oscar Piastri. Norris over there. I was doing it to my house. I kid you not. The more they were telling Norris to slow down so that Oscar Piastri can catch up and overtake, the wider he was building the gap. At some point, it was not like, tell him to catch up to me now. They can't catch up to you. There's a 5-second gap in between both of you. They decided to preach to Lando Norris, and yesterday was Cuckoo Sunday. Now, Norris, you're going to need Oscar later. You can't win alone. There's no I in team. You need your team. They preach to this guy. Preach to this guy for 5 more laps. Eventually, he now did what the team had agreed prior, and he gave the sports back to Oscar Piastri. But throughout all that time, I just realized, like, no wonder Lando and Verstappen are friends. Two self-centered people. The way they were begging him, they were preaching a whole Bible. Lando Norris was not listening. Eventually, he gave the sports back. Anyway, we now get to, and then Oscar Piastri goes on to the speeding race. Now, let's get to that Verstappen. So, Mark Verstappen was spiritual. This one was talking about the car. Then he was not talking about the strategy. And he was talking about the fact that Lewis Hamilton was able to undercut him and win the and get ahead of him instead, and he couldn't overtake Lewis Hamilton. They now told him that he should use one other engine mode. I think he was pressed down on mode 9 to overtake. That's how this guy was about to overtake Lewis Hamilton. He now pressed down to overtake, but he pressed down and he was going at full speed at a corner, and then his tires locked up. So himself and Lewis Hamilton crash. He now dropped from the third he was chasing to fifth. Come and see how he played abusing. And then his event engineer was like, "We can't be doing this over the radio. This is so childish." But Verstappen was pertinent. Do you know that in the press conference he was not repentant? He was like, if people don't want to listen to that kind of language and that kind of expression, then they should stay at home. And now I don't know if he was talking to, whether he was talking to me that was already at home. He was talking to his race engineer. Or he was talking to the fans that were watching.
Wow.
It was very disrespectful. So I'm waiting to see all the fallout of this because it was just nasty behavior. All in all, he dropped points that he was not happy about. So I can't wait to watch him at the Belgian Grand Prix because he's going to let it loose next week.
Tega, Adenike needs an answer. She says, honestly, I don't understand this F1. Why will you be telling someone to give out his top position? Everybody wants to win.
No, he wasn't. He was given the top position at the expense of the other person to protect him. So he wasn't given the top position because he deserved it. Normally, they would have left him out and protected. That's the plan. Protect the leader in the race. The leader in the race was Piastri. So ideally, it is Piastri they will call in first. But they wanted to protect him. So think about it. I want to protect you so that you get into position, you protect me. You now get in position, you now think I will protect you. You don't know which part.
That is
so think about it. They're like, if you win this race, but you can't win without your team. And we are your team. The next time we'll protect Piastri. That's all they were just saying. That basically, if you do this now, you will need us and you will need Piastri and we will not turn up for you. Because you need because they protect you.
Yeah.
So that you protect Piastri eventually. You now want to hold the position. What kind of people are you? It's not competition, that's not ambition, that's just poor behavior. And some people saying it yesterday that every driver wants to win, so he should have gone on to win. And Sebastian Vettel used to do it in Red Bull, and they loved it in Red Bull. But you see, Red Bull brings up all the despicables.
Oh wow.
Yes, that's what I called him. Christian Runner, Max Verstappen, and when Sebastian Vettel was there, he was not the best of people. Oh, remember when he won his 4 championships? It was horrible. They told him to give the sport back to Chris Webber. He was like, I'm ahead. I'm the one gunning for championship. He went on, no, he didn't give the sport to sorry, Mark Webber, classic Christian. Mark Webber. And he won that race and he won that championship. And I was like, I'm not giving it to Webber. And they liked it in Red Bull. He became a better person after he left Red Bull.
So the Red Bull influence.
The Red Bull is a bad influence. So the Red Bull. The Red Bull F1, sorry.
Don't forget, you can also catch the live stream on our YouTube channel. It's Smooth981, and you can even post your comment on there as well. Messages or next story?
Let's take this message because I can see some people really arguing for Oscar Lando Norris. Lando Norris should have given the sport vaccines.
Okay, let's see. Pius says, okay, we'll come to that later. Let's see. Locker room hashtag Kende says, I love that the Red Bull dominance is over and we are back to the excitement of unpredictability in the game. All right, and let's see. Tayo says he's called Mad Max for a reason. Ibukun says, okay, you're making me laugh hysterically. Preaching to Lando stepping. Okay, I don't understand why a team would play a team in their group if not that the USA wants to gauge the opposition. I thought friendlies were played against teams with similar playing styles like teams in your group. Okay, Pius says, Tega, please, I need Premier League fast forward this time. Is Girona playing Champions League next season? I didn't get that part either. Okay. Lenny Yoro made his first Manchester United appearance following his £52 million move from Lille as Jadon Sancho ended his exile in Saturday's 2-0 friendly victory over Rangers.
The team is the preparation for the team is fantastic. So let them just be prepared. I like the fact that Sancho has somehow found his way to this team, and we still did not see that public apology. What's happening every time? You folded. I can't believe you folded. I really believe in you. But hey, what can I say? Team Conference has been given an opportunity to stay as manager at the team, and so he wants to do all he can do. I also like that Euro is getting to play. Let's see what he looks like for the team. So Manchester United on Mary Road, it was sad when they played their first friendly and they lost to Rosenborg. I can remember how it was a meltdown on social media. So with this, maybe they'll have a little breathing space before that loss. You know how Manchester does it? They do. They give one loss, one win, one draw, then they start again.
There's a formula. All right, let's go on to the next story. Eddie Howe insists he's very committed to Newcastle as long as he's backed by the club after being installed as one of the leading contenders to take over as England manager.
What is name on the shopping list? In fact, there are even people in the shopping cart. So it's a tough one. So Eddie Howe's name came up as one of the potential managers to replace Gareth Southgate. And he's saying, look, I'm committed to Newcastle. Look, if you ask me, you as a manager, you have to choose what you want. Do you want pressure, high pressure all the time? Or do you want high pressure sometimes? Because the England manager's job is high pressure sometimes. And they'll pay you well. Newcastle's job is high pressure all the time, but they'll also pay you well. So what do you want?
Pick your pressure.
Pick your pressure. Yeah. And the should know his people. If he picks the England job, he better know what is awaiting him with the Three Lions. They have been looking for trophy for 58 years. You better be providing it or you get under the stick. So I want to see what he decides. Should they give him a phone call in the background? But it's a tough one to choose. If I remember, I would choose Newcastle. That's all I mean. Well, I'll use the England job to negotiate higher fees for Newcastle.
That could work.
Let's take the next time.
Spaniard says Fabregas has been appointed as head coach of Como after leading them to promotion to Syria as assistant and interim coach last season.
Yeah, so this is Fabregas at the helm. Remember the team was been promoted to Syria now. And so he's not just taking a good job, he's taking a good job in a fantastic league. So let's see how it works out. He was there. It's tricky, he was there. The coach was fired. He managed the team, and then eventually a new coach was brought. He managed him as the interim manager. Then a new coach was brought, and he became assistant to that coach again. And they went from uh, almost bottom of Serie B to second in Syria, qualified for Syria. So let's see Cesc because I saw him when he came to analyzing during the news. And he was fantastic. He understood the team, but talk is cheap. So I want to see him manage this team and let's see whether he can get a few results here and there. All right. On that note, we round up because we have no time. So let's just read your messages to
Okay, let's see. Lanre from the abroad says Nadal is 38, unfortunately looks 58 and now has Joe Biden's body on top. Oh, Lanre. Well, welcome to a new dispensation in Formula One where McLaren is king and the drivers are jostling for top dog. Lando's a nice guy, and deep down, I knew he would give the place back after all. His poor starts again put him in that position. He just wanted to prove his point, and he did. See, begging and toasting on the radio from the people. But Lando is not Max or Seb, and common sense won in the end. You're spot on with Max being even more badly behaved yesterday. Let's see. Okay. Paya says, Tega for Sancho, public apology doesn't matter. The quarrel was coded and it was settled codedly.
It wasn't coded though. It was on social media. That's not coded.
Ibukun says, nobody greed by Sancho and our money can't waste. Euro looks like a great guy. Tega, please, I cast and bind that Manu formula this season.
But it's not your fault. And you already started this season in preseason. So what can I say?
Lenny Yoro has not seen real problem while Ten Hag is doing content creation instead of coaching. Wow. Anyhow to England, how? Congrats to Fabregas. AY from Aniru says Sancho made calculated moves his return to Manchester United in keeping the peace with Ten Hag diplomatically. I strongly believe that if Dortmund had actually offered a bid to get him from Man United, Sancho wouldn't have made peace with Ten Hag. Okay. Mohammed says, Tega, you're right. This pre-Olympic friendlies with the US basketball team is a scam and very wrong. They use it as a cheat code to get data on other teams. They need to see how they lost out in the FIBA World Cup, but Americans don't care about the World Cup, so it won't overshadow the NBA finals. But they don't want any other country to win the Olympics. That is why they organize pre-Olympic matches, because the US knows they can't claim that they are the only superpower in the sports.
All right, so let's round up with YouTube. One or two messages and we'll close.
Okay, let's go on to YouTube. Shimobi Victor says Fabregas will not succeed that club. Wow, this is bad beleo.
I just want to say goodbye to Chimabi and God bless. But thank you so much for sending your messages to YouTube. Thank you for sending your messages to WhatsApp. And thank you for tuning into Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the locker room. Till I come your way again on Wednesday.
Adios. Well, I'm still here, and that was the locker room brought to you by Visa. Stay with us. More to come on the Smooth Breakfast.